like to welcome Adam Scott to the interview room here at the 2023 Travelers Championship. Adam, you're making your third start, T13 finish last year. You just played in the Pro-Am. Just some comments on what it's like to be back here.
Yeah, I haven't played here much over my career, but really enjoyed last year, and happy to be back. Obviously, an important event being designated this year, and we're at a pretty critical time in the season. I'm on the outside looking into the playoffs at the moment, so really want to take advantage of every start I have, and certainly this week with a strong field, moving into kind of the summer of golf, which finishes our season.
And then you're coming in with 3 top 10s on the season, 2 of which at designated events. Just comments on the state of your game right now.
Well, yeah, kind of brushing off last week, I just didn't play well, but I've been playing well certainly the last couple months since the Masters, and that's where my top 10s came recently, and last week was a little bit of a surprise, but you know, it can happen at a major and certainly a US Open, but I have to brush that off and come in here. I feel like I'm swinging the club well. All parts of my game feel like it's good enough to contend, and I've seen that from the results, like the last 4 or 5 events.
With that, we'll open it up to questions. If you can just raise your hand, we'll get a microphone over to you. We got a couple over here. We'll go with Dom first in the front row.
From your times here at the Travelers, what's unique about this course? What's unique about the tournament?
Yeah, I'm not speaking from a lot of experience really, but even just playing 9 this morning, I think the condition of the golf course is fantastic, and probably the guys who've played here a lot have a good knowledge of the greens, and I felt like I'm lacking a little bit in that out there today, so I was trying to pay attention as much as I could on the greens. I think that's probably where this tournament's won and lost, and hopefully I get in a good rhythm out on the greens. They're firm and fast at the moment with no rain, if that's possible. It could be a tricky week around the greens, so I think that's it as far as I see from the golf course, but certainly playing here last year and the atmosphere and the amount of people that come out and enjoy themselves at the tournament makes for a fun vibe for us to play in. Exciting to come and play golf here every day.
Go to Gabby over on the left.
Adam, obviously it's a pivotal time right now with the recent announcement of the PGA Tour and alliance with the PIF. Could you just give us an update on how the player meeting went last night and if there are any questions that have been answered?
I think the player meeting went well last night from where the player meeting was 2 weeks ago. I think some of the emotions have cooled. There are still lots of questions to be answered because we really only have this framework that was announced. So although that seems fairly simple, I think the deal sounds quite complex and this could take a long time. So I think hopefully everyone is cooling down, and as things go along, there is transparency to the players, and those questions get answered. And then, you know, I think it will be evaluated whether it's a good deal for the PGA Tour and its players and the game of golf moving forward.
What do you think the biggest question is that players are wondering right now?
I really think it's just maybe the same as everybody in the golf world, just the surprise that out of the blue this happened. I think some people may have thought it would happen in the future to kind of stabilize things so there wasn't a constant fight in the game, but maybe it happened sooner than we thought. I think that everyone is still working to get over the surprise and the fact that there was no indication that this was even close to happening.
And what are you kind of feeling about the proposed deal?
I think as far as the deal goes, I'm happy to wait and see how kind of the points, the deal points are worked out, and see whether that really suits us as a whole. I mean, of course, I'm caught up emotionally because I stayed on the PGA Tour, and it was put to us that if we left, we were never coming back, and it seems there's going to be pathways back, and eventually we'll find out if that's the best for the game and how we feel. So, I have some emotions about that, but kind of time often plays a big part in these things, so we'll see how it advances.
Additional questions for Adam? We'll go with Joe first, and then Jim. Go ahead, Joe.
Adam, has it been hard or easy to juggle golf in where you were at with this merger? Has it been easier to process as the weeks have gone on? Do you feel angrier now or less angry than you did then?
I don't even... I'm not sure that I ever felt angry about it. I think it's obviously easier. I mean, last week felt like a break from it. Even though we're all there and the same players are there, it wasn't a PGA Tour event. It was run by the USGA, and it felt like a break, but we're straight back into it with player meetings here this week. I think it's like what I said before, just when you're very surprised, some emotions are stirred up, and I think you can't help but feel left in the dark, even though I don't expect to run the PGA Tour and them to run everything by me. It was just sooner than maybe anyone thought, that's all. So I think, things have calmed down, and I think things were more calm in the meeting yesterday. Guys still have tons of questions. Hopefully they're answered in time.
We'll go to Jim next.
Scotty, we're pretty much close to the 20th anniversary of your first win on the PGA Tour. In 2003, you're a young kid. Did you ever look down the road and said, man, I can't wait to be playing, I'll be playing on the PGA Tour 20 years from now? Is that the uniqueness of golf, or did you not even get caught up in that? How long you can play?
Yeah, I think it's fairly unique to golf, that's for sure. I mean, there are a few exceptions in other sports, but they're the exceptions. Generally, a lot of guys make it into their 40s out here. What I do remember when I was, around that time of 23, looking at some of my heroes that I watched as a kid growing up and couldn't believe how old they were, and they were my age. And I'm sure there are some kids out here who look at me and can't believe I'm still out here. I think when you're 20 or 23, you can't imagine 20 years of golf into the future. It's hard to process that. If you asked me then, I probably would have said I wouldn't be playing at this age, but I love it, and I'm really happy to be out here, and I still think I've got the game to win some events, so I'm going to keep pushing while I feel that way.
Anything else for Adam? All right. Appreciate the time as always, Adam. Good luck
Thanks.
this week.
Thanks a lot.